Hey guys, it's me, Alyssa. That's Alyssa XO. This is my YouTube channel where I do like a whole bunch of different type of videos. If you're new here, please make sure you guys subscribe. So today's video is a nursing channel related, like a nursing school related video. I am in nursing school. I attend Chamberlain University. I'm doing this video because I do have a nursing Instagram where I kind of like document my journey. And I've been getting a lot of questions asked. So I just kind of told everybody that I would make a YouTube video because I feel like there's other people probably asking these questions. So I might as well just go over them. So I posted a little poll and I have some topics that I'm going to touch base on. So somebody said how to study in nursing school. What helps you retain information? So everybody studies differently. I'm going to probably do a more in-depth video about this. But one thing that helps me is reading the material, whether it's a textbook, a PowerPoint, just keep reading over and over it. Because there are certain things that you need to know. Like, let's say you're talking about a specific disease, okay? You need to know the signs and symptoms, the patho, the treatment, the management. You need to know that stuff to be able to answer basically your questions. Like, because when you think about it, when you have exams on something, you're going to kind of get a scenario or something about a patient and you have to critical think to answer that question. You're not going to have questions that are going to be like, list the signs and symptoms of this disease. No, it's going to be critical thinking about what you would do in this scenario. What would you would test for? What does this lab value mean? Stuff like that. But if you if you focus on like memorizing that type of stuff, you will know how to respond in a question, like respond to a question like that, if that makes sense. So I feel like my thing is I reread a lot. Like once I keep rereading, then it gets stuck in my head. I'll make another video that's more in depth about how I study exactly. Study tips. The main one that everybody always tells you to really do is to study every day. Like, you have to make time to study every day. I do not make time to study every day. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That's something I need to work on, is making more time to study, whether it's just opening your books and stuff up for an hour and just going through it all. You need to make time every day to study. That's like my 2022. That's what was one of my goals, to make time every single day to study. The resources I felt most helpful in class. I don't like textbooks. Textbooks are not for me. I would rather a PowerPoint. That's most helpful to me. I did post Christine Nursing in the Making, her nursing bundle book. That has been helpful to me. How to study efficiently. Everybody it depends for. Like, I sometimes like studying in groups. I sometimes like studying on my own. It just really depends. And you just really need to make that time and like focus that time. Like, I get distracted. Like, I'll like go post that I'm studying like for my nursing page, and then I'll get distracted and like start scrolling. Like, you have to really focus. Somebody said how to get accepted into Chamberlain. I mean, I just applied and followed whatever the advisor, whatever they were saying. Like, I don't really have like a crazy story about getting accepted or anything like that. Like, you just do the requirements. I'm pretty sure, like, I think they pretty much accept almost everybody because of the type of school it is. Like, as long as you don't have like a criminal record, or as long as you like do the requirements and like pass in the sense, you know, like the HESI and all that stuff. Like, but I heard that even if you don't pass the HESI, you get accepted. I don't know how true that is though, but that's what I heard. Somebody said campus tour. Well, I'm not in person right now, so, and I don't know how that would work because it is a small school. I don't know how that would work if I was in person, if they would allow me to do that. I don't know, but I'm not saying I won't do it. If there's a time I am in person, like, and I can, I'll try. A lot of people requested day in the life school vlog, day in the life of a nursing student. I mean, if you guys want to see a day in the life, let me know. I don't record a day in the life because I feel like since I'm virtual, it's kind of boring. Like, maybe I'll do a day in a life when we go in person for simulations and to take our CMS exam. But I just feel like, you know, you don't want to see me get out of my bed, go sit at my desk, then go to work. Like, I don't really know. Okay, how is APA 7 is done at Chamberlain? So honestly, I can't really like sit here and explain that. Like, I know APA just because of I know it. For APA, I look back at my previous papers for references if I need help. But I would just say, look at an example like on Google of the APA format, or like your school writing center. Like, they gave us examples and stuff like that in our writing center and like tutors and stuff. What was the hardest course you have taken at Chamberlain so far? Pharmacology. All right. That's it for like the Instagram specific. Like, I just did a poll and that was what was asked on that one. But now I'm going to talk about some topics that were messaged me, like people messaged to me. So like some things kind of like a heads up about nursing school in general and related to Chamberlain. So if you go to a different school, some of this may not apply to the school. Pricing, Chamberlain is expensive. Some people were like, my situation, I was unable to take out a loan on my own. I would need a co-signer and I don't have anybody to co-sign for me. So right now I'm doing payment plans and I'm paying out of pocket. So I do work. A lot of people ask about questions about working. I'm a nanny, so I don't work a crazy job where I'm like, I don't work a 9 to 5. I kind of build my own hours. I've been a nanny since 2015. So I build my own hours and I have my clients. All my clients know that I'm in school. There are times when I'm working late. The kids go to bed. I study. There are certain, depending on the age group of children that I'm working with, some of the children are older and they're self-sufficient. So they're doing their own thing and I'm just there to supervise and I can do my homework. The parents would be okay with that as long as, you know, I'm just watching the kids still. So my job is flexible and I love that. I did get a part-time job in the hospital in the NICU as a NICU secretary, and I only do that 2 days a week. So you can work in nursing school, you just need to have a balance. Like, I wouldn't say, I don't think you can, like, I know people who work full time, but I personally, I couldn't work full time. I used to work a full-time job before, and there's no way that I could work in like an 8 to 5 and do class and then like study also. Like, my brain wouldn't function. So the clinicals about like the distance. So what's for the school I go to, Chamberlain, how it is when it's time for clinicals, you get a list of all the clinical sites. It tells you the place, the day. So let's say like Monday, the location, the time, and how many people like are accepted. Like, let's say 10 people are accepted. So, and then it would give you a code like to register for. So you get to pick where you want to go. You get to pick where you want to go and you get to pick the day. And you just gotta hope when you apply that you get into that. So whenever I apply, I always have like a list of 3 different options. So in case one gets full before I get it, I have other options. So I always I only went in person once. And I got lucky. I picked the one that was closest to my house and it was literally 5 minutes away. The second time we were supposed to be in person, I picked one that was like 30 minutes away from me because everything else was farther, and it was like the day I wanted. It was like not that many options. But then we got moved to virtual. So yeah, that's that. Another big thing, I don't know if it's a Chamberlain thing or what, but pharmacology, that course has no lecture. So basically, you get the material and then you have to teach yourself. See, there's like a down, like, it's like a balance scale. I'm in my pajamas right now. It's a balance scale because with all classes, you some of you have that lecture and some of you don't. And you still have to go back and teach yourself. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really retain much from a lecture. So I have to go back and teach myself regardless. Pharmacology, when I had it, the professor did have a random time. Like, she had a time once a week that she would go over just the slide and you could ask questions. But it was like a weird time. Like, it was the middle of the night, like 8 o'clock. So, you know, I'm like 8 o'clock, I'm like dead from the day. Like, I don't want to sit here for 2 hours listening to you talk to me about medicine. Like, it just didn't work out. So we had to teach ourselves. That is a rough course because you just need to know it. Like, so that's probably one of the downsides. I don't know how other schools teach it. If it's the same, you don't have a lecture. I don't know. So then another thing, I don't know if it's a Chamberlain thing. I don't know. But we have MedCal exams. So it's basically like you have to do medication calculations the first day of your class it started in fundamentals patient care. So you have to do the first day of your class, you have to take this exam. It's 20 questions. And in the beginning, you have to get an 18 out of 20. And then it goes up. Then you have to get a 19 out of 20, then a 20 out of 20, the more you advance throughout the program. So basically, they don't really teach you about that. Like, it's kind of like they told us at the end, the session before, they told us at the end, and then we like self-taught ourselves, and then we just had to go do it. It's not that bad. Like, once you get the formulas down packed, then it's just like, you fill in the blanks when you're solving, like how you would do math, like when we did math when we were younger in high school. So it's not that bad. Some of the questions do trip you up. But yeah, you get 3 tries, and then after your 3rd try, the class gets dropped. So that hasn't happened to me, thankfully. Yeah, so that's one thing you might want to start preparing for is medication calculation. If you are at Chamberlain and you're not in that fundamental class yet, you might just want to start. And when I say start preparing, you might just want to, like, once a week, just do like 10 medication calculation problems just to like kind of get yourself in there. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, it will probably take you 30 minutes, less than that, to do 10 problems. Yeah, less than 30 minutes. But yeah. So another thing I want to touch base about, so I have this, like, if you follow me on Instagram, I appreciate you for following my journey. I'm trying to track my journey. I'm trying to produce nursing related videos for you guys. So just let me know in the comments, like, if you have any more questions, if there's any specific content you want to see, anything. I have a lot of things in store for you guys. I'm trying to plan out and get situated. I want to start selling some resources, making some resources for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, want to talk about anything, feel free to message me on my Instagram. I will put it in the description box. I thank everybody who is subscribed. I thank everybody who's new here. Make sure you guys subscribe and like this video and give me feedback down below. And if I didn't answer your question, if you need more of an explanation, just let me know and I'll try my best to answer. Yeah, bye guys.